Now, I know I just did a quick review on this, and originally I was going to talk about Digimon Adventure Last Evolution Kizuna before this. Actually, I was going to do all 3 videos that I mentioned beforehand before this one. But after watching Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0, or other known as Evangelion Thrice Upon a Time, or Shin Evangelion multiple times, I kind of want to talk about the ending more. And full spoilers ahead, and yes, that does mean spoilers for Neon Genesis Evangelion, End of Evangelion, and all 4 Rebuild films. If you have Netflix and Prime Video, go watch them on there. Rebuild's on Prime, and Neon Genesis is over on Netflix. So now I can explain why Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 has the perfect ending to all Evangelion. To get it out of the way, I love the rest of the film. Like I said in my quick review, it's a beautiful piece of art, but it's the last act that really puts it over the edge for me. Once Willy, I think is what it's called, goes to actually try and stop Gendo, it turns out to be a trap, and Gendo's plan was for Asuka to use her angel powers and to basically suck her dry of it. And when all of Willy is about to die, Masato sends everyone away and pulls a holdo from The Last Jedi, but actually good, and saves everyone by basically destroying the ship. But, of course, the God Eva Unit 1 is reactivated and all hell breaks loose. That is until Shinji gets in the robot. And the final confrontation, sure, there is a bit of a battle in the beginning, but it ends up just being one big talk. Because, in the end, Evangelion isn't a mecha monster of the week, it's a deep dive into psychology, religion, and philosophy, but also Hideaki Anno's journey. That's part of why this movie is so beautiful, because this isn't just the end of the rebuilds, this isn't just the end of all of Evangelion, it's the end of Anno's story, and that's incredibly obvious. It's well documented that Evangelion was really birthed from Anno's depression, and this entire time it's been all about that until now, where he finally is happy. That's why one of the most powerful phrases in this movie is, "Shinji, you've grown." What I love is that the characters don't just stay the same, and that is why this ending's pretty controversial, but the reason why it's controversial is why I love it. People were expecting it to be a dark, depressing ending, but it's not. It's hopeful. The best part is Shinji doesn't stay the same person. He grows into a more hopeful, a more optimistic person to where he can finally confront his dad. The moment where Gendo finally realizes the poor dad he's been and hugs Shinji is the most sincere moment I've seen in this entire show. The tie-in to Neon Genesis Evangelion was brilliant. A time-lapse thing. It was always kind of hinted at in the first rebuilds, but now it's official. And that's so great. And let's talk about the real final couple minutes, where Shinji says goodbye to the original Rei and says goodbye to all Evangelions. And he realizes what Gendo really meant. He just wanted to see Yui again. It's a great parallel, but also a polar opposite to End of Evangelion, because in that, sure, Shinji does cause the second impact, but he does so with malice. He hated everyone because he was alone, and he basically destroyed the world and kept Asuka captive. And that's paralleled in this, where it's revealed that both Shinji and Asuka did like each other, but not anymore, and that they've both grown as people. And that's great. It shows actual character development. And of course, Mari Makanami, my favorite character in the Rebuild films, which is hilarious because she was one of my most least favorite. But damn, does this movie just save her. She's brilliant in this film. I think it's Asuka who says it, that Shinji doesn't need a girlfriend, he needs a mother. And that's what Mari is. That's what she always was meant to be, and that brings him happiness in the end. And that's part of the reason why I love that ending. Because it's perfect for Shinji's character, it works with Mari, and it works as great ending. And Mari is clearly a stand-in for Anno's wife, which makes it even better. Shinji, like Anno, needed someone to come into his life and give him joy, and that's what Mari did. Mari saved him from a bleak and isolated eternity so he can be happy. And her releasing the DSS choker is just freeing him of not only Evangelion, but of all the worries and pain he's gone through. And it also applies to Hideaki Anno that he's finally free of Evangelion. And that's beautiful. That's what this film is. It's a beautiful and profound ending to one of the most impactful and important pieces of media to ever exist. Thank you, Anno. Thank you for ending this brilliant series in such a passionate and, dare I say, perfect way. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please watch Evangelion Thrice Upon a Time whenever you can. Or just watch the entire series from Neon Genesis to End of Eva to all the rebuilds. It's a great time. Goodbye, all Evangelion.